Hello and welcome to the first JoyfulCast Pro ever. I am Joyful Spirit and I bring to you the game between Tarik Torgaddon and Phoenixlight on Calderis Refinery. Let's hop right in. You see Phoenixlight starting with the Warp Spider already blinking forward, probably grabbing this VP. The Warp Spider, the most mobile hero in the game, blinking with only 7-second cooldown, and Tarik Torgaddon with the stealthy, sneaky commando knob. Pretty high range DPS, has stealth and stun bombs. Tarik Torgaddon already starting with the second Slugger Boy, so that's pretty unusual. Usually the orcs start with double shooter or something like that. Phoenixlight, standard Banshees. Phoenixlight grabbing the natural VP and the middle VP with this Warp Spider Exarch, going for the early VP lead rather than a strong economy. And the Commando Knob is sneaking up to him, invisible, and now attacking. The Warp Spider needs to get out of there. You see the Commando Knob has a pretty high range DPS. And the Warp Spider gets out. Oh, and the Tarik Torgaddon has third Slugger Boy squad. This is interesting. A little bit crazy. Let's see how this works out. It's a little bit all-in-ish, as the Slugger Boys in mass numbers should not transition that well into the mid-game, so Tarik Torgaddon needs to do some early damage. Warp Spider still kiting that Commando Knob. The point uncaptured. Slugger Boys are gonna do something about that. Warp Spider and the Commando Knob duking it out. Guardians are gonna support. And the Commando Knob is probably gonna get out, as this yellow cover will protect Warp Spider from the damage. Oh, did he try to dodge a bomb? Now the bomb goes off and both champions get out of there pretty much safely. Yeah, 70 HP. Now the Sluggers are gonna meet up with the Banshees. No, they go somewhere else. Oh, and the fourth squad of Sluggers. How many more is gonna make? This is insane. This is ridiculous. I wonder what Phoenixlight is gonna do about that. A Shuriken Cannon platform team. Or just a Shuriken Cannon weapon team. Look, it's my first cast. It's gonna be awesome. This suppression will deal with any number of Sluggers as long as the Shuriken is in good position. The Sluggers are beginning the power bash, which is 100% expected when you have 4 squads of Slugger Boys. What else are you gonna do with them? This is gonna power bash the enemy. Okay. One retreat already with that Shuriken Cannon weapons team. It's probably gonna set up to chase off that Slugger squad. Warp Spider is gonna take back the VPs, as Tarik managed to even decap the natural VP of Phoenixlight. Banshees are sneaking way deep into the enemy territory. They can't really take on all those Sluggers one-on-one, so it's a good decision for Phoenixlight to keep the Banshees on cat duty. Another Slugger squad forced to retreat. And a 5th one is on the field. This is ridiculous. I wonder if he's gonna make a 6th one. The Banshees forced to retreat, and the players are kind of just setting up. Where's the Shuriken platform? Oh, the Rangers are also on the field. A pretty smart choice, as they can detect the Commando Knob. The Commando Knob will probably try to sneak up on that Shuriken Cannon weapons team and force melee on it to force the retreat and allow the Sluggers to kill everything else. So Rangers will counter that strategy. And now the Commando Knob is probably gonna get out of here, and the Sluggers will not be able to cap anything, as they will die from this Shuriken and Ranger squad pretty soon. Now another Slugger squad is flanking from the right, forcing Guardians to retreat. But the Warp Spider should be able to deal with them, especially supported by Rangers. Oh, this Slugger squad is totally overextending. Is it gonna go down? The last member and oh, it's gonna totally go down. As the Sluggers are also grabbing the middle point, but the Shuriken will set up in time. So Tarik Torgaddon already 1 squad down. And look at this. He just started to activate his power node. He is so far behind in power. He spent no power on his Sluggers, but then he also spent no requisition building up his power. So all in all, he should be, yeah, he's behind in the tech race. Phoenixlight will hit tier 2 faster than him, even though he spent no power on his units. Now a stealthy Slugger Boys is smashing the power node, using that global ability of Commando Knob, Hide the Boys. And the Sluggers will not be able to do much more, as they are standard from 3 sides and gonna retreat, losing even more models. This is the thing about Mass Slugger Squad. They are very strong and very dangerous, but they bleed models like crazy. So Tarik will not... Oh man, he's reinforcing with 5th Slugger Boys squad after losing that first 5th squad. Commando Knob successfully forcing melee on that Shuriken platform. And the Guardians will not be able to stop him, because their melee sucks as well. Slugger Boys coming to reinforce, and those Elder units need to retreat right now. Oh, another Slugger Boys squad trying to bash with power and not getting out of there in time. See, this is the problem with the mass unit strategy. You just can't preserve them all because they're all the same and all over the place. It's hard to keep track of every squad and taking care of them. They just bleed like crazy. So Tarik is down to 4 Slugger Boy squads for the second time, and the Banshees sandwiching from behind again. Oh, but they have to retreat as the double Slugger squad is too much for them to handle. And even more power bashing going on. But what does it really accomplish for Tarik if the Phoenixlight is ahead in tech anyway? Because his own power is underdeveloped. Maybe he would do better to preserve some more Slugger models and not bleed as much Rex, so he can develop his own power and actually get ahead by this power bashing. Because even though he power bashes, he still gets behind. He's spending too much Rag on those Sluggers. The victory points are pretty much even, which is surprising considering that Tarik Torgaddon went for such a strong early game strategy, such a, I would say, all-in-ish strategy that should do damage early. Looks like it didn't do enough damage to get any tech or VP lead. Let's see if Tarik is gonna recover in the mid or late game. Oh, those traders need to be careful. With the setup squads like Rangers or Shuriken platform, you gotta be really babysitting those squads and retreat before they ever get into melee. Because if you start to retreating them, they still have like 1 second or something tear down time. Well, before they start even moving and getting back to base, they need to de-set up their weapons. So it's really easy to lose those squads if you don't retreat in time. Another Slugger squad forced to retreat, losing models left and right. The middle belongs to Phoenixlight now, with his Shuriken platform team. Strongly entrenched in the middle. The Guardians have no grenade to spike those Sluggers. The grenade would probably be a very good decision, and there you go. Battle equipment for those Guardians. The grenades will help a lot in kiting those Sluggers, as they can throw the grenades between them and the Slugger Boys, forcing them to back off or die. Banshees again on the capping duty. They have the aspect of the Banshee, so they will be able to take on a Slugger squad one-on-one until they get their knobs in tier 2. Oh, and the War Truck is the weapon choice for Tarik Torgaddon in tier 2. Brightlands already out for Phoenixlight. This is really interesting. Phoenixlight has... Oh, he's gonna lose this. That's exactly what I was talking about. You need to start retreating before they get into melee, but the Hide the Boys ability has hidden this Slugger squad from sight, and with their knob they are dealing crazy damage to those setup platforms. One going down and the Brightlands have forced him to retreat. And as I was saying, this Brightlands has come into the field before the War Truck was even done. Not just revealed, but even done. So Phoenixlight has a great idea on what's going on in this game. He saw 4 Slugger squads, so he knew the War Truck is an obvious 100% choice for Tarik Torgaddon, so he anticipated it and made the Brightlands beforehand. Let's see how long this truck is gonna live, as the Brightlands weapons team can 2-shot it. Oh, but it hit the commando knob instead of the War Truck. Wasted DPS right there. The Banshees engaging Sluggers, they need to get out pretty soon. There you go. Into the War Truck. And as the Brightman sets up, the Warthog needs to get out of their command of Nob, not being able to retreat in time, dying to the Banshees. But on the other side of the map, Tarik Torgaddon is pretty much capturing it all. Some pretty funny chat going on all the time, because there are some observers in this game that are just as surprised by those 6 Slugger Boys themes as I am. A ridiculous strategy from Tarik Torgaddon. Does not really seem to pay off, but he is keeping up in the VPs and a little bit keeping up in the tech. Oh, this truck is in trouble now. Banshees are heavy meleeing it, and the last cannon is setting up one shot, and the Banshees probably will finish that. There you go. Warthog out of control. Sluggers need to get out on foot. But those double Sluggers are doing an awesome flank to all those weapons teams. This map is has a pretty interesting layout, with the middle where the shuriken platforms will probably set up facing the middle, and you can flank it from either side, forcing the mass retreat. So Phoenixlight is gonna have to really anticipate from which direction most of the Sluggers will come in. Or perhaps another weapons platform would do the job of covering both flank and front. Let's see what is going to be his tech choice, because he still did not do anything tier 2 except for the Bright Lance. Oh, his power is totally gone. Those Sluggers have nailed it. They were bashing this thing all game long and finally got it down to nothing and a decap. Another hidden boys squad, crushing the Guardians in the middle. This Commando Nob is synergizing really well with the mass Slugger strategy, hiding the boys left and right. You can see that he is spending all his red spot on, while the Phoenixlight is massing it up, probably for an Autarch call-in, as it is very popular to get an Autarch in every Eldar matchup. Phoenixlight slowly getting back his natural power and his second requisition point, getting back the middle VP. The VPs have stayed equal for all game long. Those Rangers kiting pretty nice. Let's see how many... there are 2 knobs on those Slugger squads. You can see the difference. With this is a bigger fist because it has a knob, and this is a smaller fist because it has no knob. This is a power melee, this is a normal melee. Difference is subtle, but it is a difference. Warspider Exarch with an entangling web. Pretty good decision against all melee squad of Tarik, because an entangling web is used specifically to counter melee squads by immobilizing them and not allowing them to ever get close. And with an improved warp generator,